Hi, I am Brenda Jean Power Medicine Woman from Medicine Woman Solution, and there's always a solution once you're aligned. But how do you get there? So that's the main question is, how do you get there? Now, some people don't even know enough to ask because we have been asleep. We have been trained. This is how you do it. This is how you live. This is how you heal yourself. This is how you thrive. And anything alternative was mumbo jumbo and wacky and all that. So it is important to notice, like right now, I've got chaos energy around me and I can feel the infiltration that doesn't need to be present. So I can lose my shit or I can take my energy out and I'm doing figure eights in my head and I'm deciding, you know what? I don't have to follow that energy. I don't. So what I am following is how spirit can help me come aligned. Second says I was about ready to push the button. It says there's no button. I'm like, where'd it go? And I'm watching like all the options to be able to do what I need to do, to go where I need to go. I've got to do it twice. I got it 3 times. I got to get past these hurdles. But if my ego is going to, the ego mindset is going to go, oh my God, and you learn to respond in all of this pain and anguish and suffering, then you're going to keep calling it to you. So what topic do we want to talk about? And there has been a lot of talk in my head for the last 2 hours. And I'm thinking, okay, I need to heal that or something, but it's not going away. And there was 2 types of topics. And I'm like, okay, what in the world is happening? And it's important to understand today's show is about healing. And the healings are what's important too, because we don't realize the kind of energies that come from the outside that interfere, that bombard us. And it's usually the 90% of the thoughts we have today are from the day before. And the root causes of where we are mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically are based on the emotions, are the end results of something that's unresolved and is trying to be a continued story. And you have the choice of connecting with your higher self and realize, wait a minute. Is it true that I have to do this? Is it true? Is it true? And no, it's not. You can actually learn to put your hand on your head. And this OMG tool is an amazing one because when you're in stress, which is the majority of the people in the world, 80% of your blood goes into from your forebrain, goes into your fight, flight, freeze, into your arms and limbs. And it causes you to fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. And fawn, we didn't talk too much about in the past, but we are now. Okay? And the majority of what you have to unlearn, and we learned them because we either watched or it was a survival thing. And it makes sense. I mean, it makes sense what happened. But we have to unlearn this. We have to unheal this, or we have to heal this out. So we have to change and make a choice. Is the behavior I'm doing necessary? Is this behavior, how is it serving? Now, what's important here is that I can't share it out, but I'm going to trust you guys to share it out because the message here is what's more important than having people follow. And then I argue, I go, well, you kind of need people in order to get there, to do the message you want. So if you can find places that people that are struggling emotionally, mentally, and physically and spiritually, that these are healing places or empathy. I mean, people need to learn that they have a physical body. They don't have to look outside themselves. Now, there's nothing wrong with bells and whistles. Okay? Bells and whistles. What do I refer to bells and whistles? Let me just tell you something. When I was starting out, the energy would move through me. I could just put my hands on you. I could just direct you. And then all of a sudden your body and the innate wisdom and you with your will and your decision will decide to heal stuff. Some stuff you didn't even know you were doing, but your soul says, yeah, let's work on this. And when you can't see something, are you doing it? What's happening? What's going on? What's going on? And Spirit says, oh, I need bells and whistles. So I started out and I started collecting oils, and I started collecting stones and rocks. And there's nothing wrong with these. There's nothing wrong with these. Okay, stones, rocks, and things. But that's not you. These are external items that represent a way to help you, but do not use them as crutches. And I learned that a while back when somebody I know I love dearly broke their ankle, and their body, if you've never had a physical condition, then it's hard for you to imagine, but it feels like you have loss of emotions about caring, about living, because the body is complaining, because the body is the one that actually directs you when it has an issue. And it goes, oh my God, I don't want to get up. No, don't make me do therapy. And then it gets all in your head. So you're thinking about what you're feeling, and you're feeling about what you're thinking. And then you start programming yourself with nasty habits. And then after a while, you won't want to give up the crutches or whatever. You won't want to. And so you'll start to rely on something outside of you to make yourself function externally, when your body and your brain both know you can recover. Okay. So now finding that way to recover. Well, we didn't have a lot. Hands-on healing. I remember going, oh my God. And everything was a best kept secret, because people would shun it. People would criticize. People would complain. People would do nasty things to people that did alternative stuff. Now, this is the era where all that hard work we've been doing actually can be seen. And more people are waking up going, but I would like to have my willpower back. I would like to not have to live in fear. I would like to be able to have some form of control. And now it's time for you to step into your innate wisdom. And the academy's open, and the very first class has everything to do with connecting with your higher self, your true nature of who you are, so that you can tap into your innate wisdom. But then there's the battle of fighting against the crutch, which is called your ego. Your ego is just a lens, so you can view life as a soul, as a spiritual soul, how I look at life. But it's when you over-identify with that, and you over-identify with matter, and you make it so real, and you put so much passion into it, and there's nothing wrong with it. But the problem is you forgot who you are. It was all intentional. We did an involution away from our spirit, but now we're coming back. And it's important to begin somewhere. It's very important to begin. And it's time for us to take that next step. It's time for us to move in the direction that says, let me be me, and it's okay, and that I don't have to be in stress and fear and worry all day long, every single day. And that means we have to reconstruct the way we cope, handle, and deal with life. Whoops. It's a way we have to address and get out of ego's fear, because ego is constantly telling you, trust me, I know the way. Well, the problem with that is it doesn't. Your innate does. Your deep part of yourself that connects to your higher self does. And it's huge. Once you start to tap into it, you're going to start waking up faster. You're like, oh! And once you see it and you start to memorize it, you cannot unsee it, because you're like, oh my God. And the joy, the connection that you're actually hardwired for will start to help you rebalance the negative bias brain that has been hardwired through ego. But you can get out of this. You can change who you are. It takes time. It takes effort. Oops. It takes, and you get there. You'll get where you're going if you are determined. Set that GPS. So we'll wait a few more minutes, and and if we only get one person, great. If we get a couple, great. And sometimes we need to start this off. So we only have a few people here. Again, I'm going to have to do some due diligence to find out what groups to put this in. Do you have any of you here can talk to me about this? What do you think? Let's have a communication. Where would you think this would be beneficial to put it? And are we, where are we coming from? You know, I'm in South Australia in Adelaide. You know, so I can see another Australian here. So I'm just curious of where you all are. Amanda just used a healing tool called OMG, and then she felt a huge shift. And a lot of these beautiful women are finding out that when they discipline their children and they spend that moment in the discipline state with that child, and you help them apply a tool, you help them learn a new way to resolve instead of cope, handle, deal, and pacify. It makes an incredible difference. Ireland, hello. Oh, Oregon, wonderful. Ohio, love it. Oh, I love it. I love it. And, you know, so you can make a major difference in your life with your children, with yourself, because they're watching you all the time. And so are other people. Ooh, Oregon, New York, Utah, wonderful. Good to see all your faces, you beauties. Now, again, I don't know how many people enjoy healing groups, but this isn't your normal. I don't think it's normal, is it? It's showing you that you can empower yourself. Yes, I am the vessel to help bring that information through, but all in all, it's you that can go in to the medicinewomansolution.weebly.com, look under healing tools, and you'll just find a whole array of things to help balance your energies. That's what you're made of. So sometimes we need those bells and whistles on the outside. Like I will use it in my healing practice. So as people are laying on the bed, the massage table, I will put the different, like I made myself what's called chakra pillows, and it's with the various stones and smells for that specific frequency. So the intention is set. And what happens is that the intention of the person's will is what they want. They want to heal. The stuff will come up, and you can have added frequencies that help you hold that frequency in such a way that you can move into a better outcome. Yes, I am so happy because we're so done hiding. There are many people like me out here that want to go out in this field, but we have been, you know, but this is the era. I love it. So yes, please share away. And the best kept secret now can be you can find out how to do it too.